humans.
How did I do this again? There we go. That's the button I'm looking for. There we go. Skim a little off the top. Skim a little off the bottom. Bam. Alright, kids. Last time, you went to a hole in the ground, didn't you?
Yeah.
A stinky hole in the
Almost
ground.
full of zombies and shit.
Zombies, some cultists, some weird squid things.
This is part of the sewer.
Yeah, this seems to be where they keep their resident undead. Or something. Maybe they were just here and that guy was supposed to make sure that they don't come out.
Really terrible poop.
I mean, you were the ones who killed him. He was doing his job just fine until then.
Poop that is Hall's skeleton.
You can go back and verify that the man still has his skeleton.
Oh.
Like,
it's hard to tell with humans.
Oh, it's hard to tell with humans, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Implications are there. What is the skeleton of a leash?
It's like the stem.
Well, I don't know why you talk about skeletons. It's time to start moving, my boys. You freshly already picked clean bones, and a bunch of smelly zombies that are making this place even... Well, the smell sure is exotic. You're quite certain that there aren't many ways you can make it smell worse than this, unless you found like a sulfur pit.
My favorite.
There's a torch somewhere around here, I think.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, next to blood.
I would like to pick up.
No, it's just... Yeah, there is a light source around there somewhere, but... Oh, well. Gotta shuffle all these bodies around.
Right there.
I can't see that. There's nothing there for me.
Oh.
Burning flame right there.
Since when do I, the not see everything? Yeah, it's just not there for me. Okay, I'll...
Sucks to be you, I guess.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna see if a hard control F5 solves this situation.
Probably.
Doobie doobie doo. I think the problem is that it's a goof. There it is. It's there now. Oh, gotta pop the chat out first. There you go.
Yeah, you
I can see it now. Let's transfer all of its light properties to our good friend over there. Marvelous. We now have some light. To go through these dark... In these defined dark tunnels, chasms, there are several main features. One is the fact that there are some bodies around. Two is an abundance of fungus and moss-covered rocks. And then there are the puddles of what you will generously describe as slime. Ugh is the proper term for describing a fluid that looks like that.
Wow. This is a disgusting place.
Things are only as disgusting as you're willing to stomach. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a wisdom for you. Oops. Look at that.
And our healing potion.
I mean, you can have a look at your drinks if you want to. From this particular tunnel, there appears to be an exit to the northwest, to the north, and to the southeast, but that requires you to go over or through such a pile of slime. It bubbles like a freshly boiling broth. Each bubble that pops unleashes a small puff of visible smoke.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem healthy at all.
No.
You have a thing called a skin, which protects you from a very dangerous material on Earth known as dihydrogen monoxide. Enough sufficient quantities of dihydrogen monoxide can destroy mountains, erode rock, and dissolve things like bread. So yes, you probably could, like, briefly go into an acid.
And everyone who's ever
Although-
ingested a hydrogen monoxide has died.
Yeah. All you know though,
Yes.
is that you're looking at a puddle of goop that smells.
Inky.
And seems smoky.
Beyond it, you see, it's pretty old and dusty, and there are myriad spider webs that connect various boxes, crates, and other assorted items. If you've ever seen an episode of Storage Wars where they open, like, abandoned lockers, this is kind of what it looks like. The most interesting feature inside of it is a large statue of some sorts.
Where's that guy that yells, "Yeah!" constantly?
I prefer the Canadian one because it's a lot less American, shall we say.
The British one is honestly the worst.
What's the problem with the British one? I've seen like one episode.
They all scream at each other
Oh yeah.
all the time. It's horrible.
What?
I wonder what the...
Like,
Isn't there an Australian one?
I don't think there's an Australian.
Australia is too young to have ancient storage lockers from before the Civil War.
There's a Finnish version of that thing. It's not very good.
There's a Finnish version of this?
Yeah.
This is just like
Sweet.
Pawn Stars. This one good version, and all the other ones are like.
Yeah, it's because, as you said, just isn't all that much interesting crap lying around in the store.
I think part of the problem is just that they don't know how to sell it. Their characters and personas just aren't very good. Come on, man. You can make anything work if you just believe in your heart. Anyway, you're looking at a pile of garbage that's covered in spiderwebs and stuff, and the only noticeable feature, as I said, is a statue that doesn't look like a statue because it's way too stiffly posed. It has its arms down its sides, its legs are straight, it leans against a large cabinet.
Huh. That's a odd-looking statue if I ever saw one.
Cabinet of David Jones.
We tried. We could probably get those zombie corpses and then make a bridge.
Maybe you could use them as sponges and just mop it all up.
Yeah. Surely,
And let's
surely it can't be that
let's
deep.
use the corpses of dead people to make a bridge. You're pretty wild, if I can say so.
That's a great way to get Pharasma to waggle her finger. Naughty,
I mean,
naughty.
At least it is recycling. So yeah, let's do that.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, they say.
It's
By the way,
good way.
that, by the way, is the order of things you should do. And reduce first, then reuse, then recycle if you can't do anything else with it. Why don't people understand that's the order of operations? Ugh. Anyway, I mean, you make a lot of assumptions about how potentially dangerous this goop is.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm picking up a corpse and throwing it in there first as a scout.
Your reckless disregard for the bodies of others is noted.
They were already reanimated ones.
You huck a zombie shambler's body into it. The goop.
Yep.
Imagine like looking at like a swarm of insects so dense they look like an ocean. This thing, the fluid starts to flow up it and starts to like nibble at it.
Huh.
We have a time limit.
No,
We need more corpses.
this process will probably take a few days by the looks of it.
Okay.
That's terrible. I get another corpse.
To make it an easier bridge.
There's a good chance you'll block the entrance with too many corpses.
I'm just gonna huck it on this space.
This one has not been marked as dead. There you go. Ugh. There are now 2
He
corpses.
was dead before, he is now.
You never can have enough corpses, I say.
You make your way across the 2 bodies into this space. If you have a particularly sensitive nose, the urge to sneeze is too great. Just taking a step causes puffs of dust to cloud up into the air. Also, it's been raining a lot lately, and here it goes again.
Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes again.
Rain is important.
Anyway, what do you hope to find amid all these boxes? These fine storage units.
I'm taking a closer look at that weird statue.
Alright, there's one thing I should probably ask you. Are you going to bring this to an expert to have it appraised? They always do that in the show. They always find something that they have to take to an expert.
I've got a buddy downtown who's an expert on weird statues found in sewers.
And you're like, wait a minute, that's not Montreal. They've gone all the way. They've gone all the way to New York.
Hmm.
You know, he's just down the street
Yeah, that's
in another country.
No,
Anyway,
think about it.
how smart are you when it comes to cool statues and statue-related paraphernalia?
terribly. Just kind of poking at it, hoping it's not a mummy or something.
You know,
I know a thing or two about selling stuff.
I just want to ask,
I can't believe you're actually.
I actually want to ask what skill would be appraisal in Pathfinder 2 and
Now, Stillwater like slaps it. Well, you know, if this thing was like in perfect condition, it'd be like $150. But you know, there's a couple scuffs, and I'm pretty sure this is made in China, so I was gonna go for $2.
This
That's
bad
good
boy.
skill.
This bad boy fits so many spiders.
Man, you could stuff so many spells like right up the wazoo. I'm talking about the storage compartment, and it like flips the butt open.
Would be
No,
a lot
lots of
more
junk in this
expensive.
trunk.
It would be
Lots
also
of junk in
cursed, I
this
guess.
trunk. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you're able to identify that this object is probably worth a lot because you notice that it has a variety of exciting hinges. It could possibly move in some way, but you're unsure what makes it move.
Oh,
You can't grab it and just kind of pose it like a Barbie doll, though. It's
Really?
heavy because it's made of solid stone, but there you go.
it's one of those things you put clothes on to show them off. I think I saw some of them in one of the stores on the way here. Man
Oh,
eat
it's doing all
food?
the way down here.
Hmm. That's a curiosity. I guess I'll take a quick rummage through all the crap here. See what kind of stuff they have here.
Wait a second. Oh my goodness, my brain just figured something out. Excellent. All right.
Anyway,
What do you think's an appropriate check other than say perception to sort this room out and see if you find any exciting goods and wares?
um,
Would survival be? Well, if there's survival gear, I guess that would be survival.
I'd say
perception
probably
would
perception or
be-
thievery.
I said, yeah, perception would be an appropriate one if you want to go with that, but maybe you want to go with something else.
Perception would be finding this stuff, but knowing what it does would be some kind of in check, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Like
with the
occultism, if it would be an occult thing, I don't know. Just do the old perception thing.
just trying to look for something that's in decent condition in this or in all this.
All right. Time for me to pull out that nice. Actually, I should just pull the fucking that thing they use, the GM screen, because the GM screen has this on it, and I use it a lot. And that's the standard DCs. Let's see. What does it take to? It's a storage
No.
wars.
Mm.
Don't throw the things at your friends. That's mean. Booga 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 booga. All right. Well, you managed to successfully uncover a few items that you think are useful.
Wow.
There's no money here, but you do find a couple of items. As I said, you find what it looks like a viper arrow. Allow me to tell you what that does, good sir. Oh no, that's a vine arrow. Excuse me, I clicked the wrong one. A viper arrow. The shaft of this arrow is covered in green scales, etc., etc., etc. Essentially, the target is affected by viper's poison when you activate the arrow and shoot it right at someone, because it turns into a snake in midair. The viper then just kind of sticks around and does what you tell it to do.
Huh.
What does viper poison do?
Viper poison. That's a great question.
Heads.
Chemical items, poisons. Viper. Oh goodness, it doesn't have. Why are you like this book? Why do you make me go all over the place to find anything of use? A viper. Gotta go all the way to viper. Viper poison. DC 16 fortitude, maximum duration 6 rounds. It has only one stage, and it's 1d8 poison damage. So it augments and it confuses because now there's a snake there. You find a potion of invisibility. I shouldn't have to tell you what that does. If you make me say what it does, I'll do it before you can interrupt me. Ha ha ha! When you give this bottle a sip, you become invisible as by second level invisibility spell. It's about 10 minutes. You become visible again if you try to fuck someone's day up. And finally, there's Potion of Leaping. It has been relabeled several times with a variety of, let's just say, synonyms of leaping. Like Potion of Exotic Jumping. Potion of the Furthest Leap. Potion of skipping the stairs.
Potions of hippity hoppity.
Yeah, essentially. There are several labels, and they all... someone tried to sell this multiple times. Again and again and again. It's a good potion, though. It lets you jump 30 feet in any direction.
It's handy.
Yeah, man.
Down?
Can you imagine jumping 30 feet just like, woo?
No, because 30 feet is confusing for me because I use meters.
As a quick footnote, the Potion of Leaping works as the jump spell, but the jump lasts for a full minute. Like the effects. For every leap, it made in a minute. Viper Arrow and Potion of Leaping. Potion that gives big hops! You could potentially sign up for Slam Jammin'. What the frick is that squid? Why does it have bones?
Scaly bones.
I don't want it to have scaly bones. Other than that, you find mostly ragged cloves that have been eaten by moths that are dead. Like, you find eaten cloves and then moth corpses, and it's kind of depressing. Some of the other boxes contain a variety of paraphernalia and knickknacks, but they're not worth much. They're significant bulk for minimum pay.
Okay.
Just like a real episode of Storage Wars.
Yeah. Alright, Stillwater. Oh no, wait, it's SRO who decided to... SRO, can you give me a will save? Roll me that galaxy brain.
7.
Oh, that's just fucking hilarious. One of the items you find on your exciting honky-dory adventure is a little knife that's been covered in blood. And when you pick it up to examine it, see, like, hey, maybe if I clean it up, it's a good knife. You become completely... Well, let's just say that you become possessed by it. Briefly, the anger haunting this blade takes over you, during which you will attempt to stab Stillwater. Due to the fact you critically failed the saving throw, you have a +1 on the attack roll.
Ah!
Oh no.
No!
This sounds like murder.
I hate cabbage. Must make...
It's time to post that again.
Must make salad.
Okay.
So yeah, just roll me an attack roll.
Please no stabby.
Dagger is agile, I think. So I'll just use this.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
You make a single attack at +1.
That's 25.
Okay. So that's 1d4 plus your strength, I guess.
24. Strength plus Yes.
Oh,
It just, what is it with corgis, man? What a monster! He ate that
Owie.
poor head of lettuce.
I mean, the,
Owie.
the cookie is possessed.
Anyway, Yoshiki watches your friend becomes possessed and stabs the salad.
ah,
That's not good.
Oh,
flip.
What great and noble heroics.
So,
That's
do
that.
I know?
You'll have to talk this out, of course, but until then, you can release the dagger now, and its position has waned.
whoa.
That was so rude.
Oh,
What the hell, man?
sorry, there's something that dagger.
I had the urge to stab.
Murder, death,
Maybe,
kill.
maybe don't touch it.
Yeah, let's leave that there.
Are there salad knives?
That's a really nice question to be asking.
Like a knife for everything.
You need a knife or a knife.
Knife.
Yeah, I guess
I
it
mean,
is.
I think a knife would be enough.
then a knife that has a knife that has a knife that has a knife.
Okay. Deeply sorry about that.
Consider yourself off my Christmas card list.
Holy cannoli, my dudes. What a terrifying world we live in.
Mm.
Anyway, you've successfully explored this nook.
Oh,
Unless you really
is
want to.
Like, what's the ground here like in this nuke? Is it hard rock or loose?
It's
loose
all
soil?
pretty sturdy rock, but at the same time, it's very apparent that it's damp around here. It is a sewer, so there is an ambient humidity that would, under cooler circumstances, settle down.
Okay, I kick the knife into a corner and pile some rocks on it.
There, that ought to stop it.
Mm.
Take that, ghost.
You will never do evil again. You are sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Perry.
So
Marvelous and sexalicious, if I may.
Hope not.
All right, gang and gangettes.
Mm.
Are you ready to move on?
Yeah. Done a little detour. Got stabbed.
Got stabbed. Found a neat arrow.
You find this new section of cave, Blart. In it,
Oh.
you notice a distinct two trails that have been dragged in the dust on the floor. Like normally there's moss growth and all kinds of random stuff, but there are two distinct trails or something has been walking circles for eternity.
Hmm.
Hey, now you have a double mode for an ant castle.
Do those match the prints of the giant skeleton that attack us?
It wouldn't be a far-fetched, no.
Hmm.
Surfetched either.
Blart, you notice to your right, where you've just been, and to your left, you see what looks to be a small tunnel that creeps out into a brick wall.
Hmm.
Suspicious.
This is where you would place a bomb in Zelda.
Hit it with your sword, it'll make a dink noise.
Even more suspicious.
Well, I mean, it's not on the light map, because I forgot to remember to put in the hole, but I need to leave an opening when I draw large line maps, or else I can't make doors. So there's a door there, essentially, a way to go back into the sewers.
Aha.
Sounds like we got a way forward.
I'll just draw a little line. Like, hey, you can do this. That's free draw. Yep. That's a terrible color for this.
Pistol.
Who pissed on the wall?
It is a sewer.
There, now there's a door.
That's a good door.
Beautiful, I love it.
Art Nouveau, my good sirs. So you can just drag your tokens to that if you want to. See what's on the other side. You hear this like drip, drizzle, drizzle, drizzle.
Check out this door.
You see a
more
sewery
sewers.
passage.
Just like her.
Back in the sewers. Balancing the edge. Any non-sewer noises?
Not a lot, although you thought for a moment you heard something in the distance that sounded like talking coming from the south. But it might just be echoes playing tricks on your brain.
Side to side.
Anyway, it's time to shuffle along these narrow ledges once more. Up ahead are several openings going into the walls. A closer examination reveals that these small cubbyholes are filled to the brim with replacement and repair materials, such as sections of pipings, quantities of bricks, stone, and of course the materials necessary to glue those stones together. Stone glue. Also, I think it's called mortar. I don't know what to call it. I've never ever used the English term for that.
Yeah, it's mortar. But that's the stuff that you put between bricks.
Yeah, boy!
Ah,
I remember.
Cement. I had to use that day before yesterday.
What's the other stuff?
Isn't it weird that a mortar is a fucking explosive gun cannon? Stuff you use to make bricks. And it's also that thing you use to grind things down.
I mainly use the thing you use to mine things.
That's mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
They're very
things
different
are
words, and they
amazing.
all use the same exact word.
English people
Because,
aren't very creative.
Because it comes from the same thing. I mean, you made mortar in a mortar and pestle at ancient times, I guess.
Nice.
The explosive one is...
And explosives,
something
you
else.
also grinded explosives in a mortar and pestle, I suppose.
I think there's more efficient ways of making it.
Maybe it's because they had to pack it in there, you know.
Yeah.
Middle English mortaire, Old French mortier. Jesus, mortaire, a bowl, grout or mortar, a bowl with fuel inside used to light a source. Huh. Any kind of bowl, vessel, or indentation, or rare, a bowl that wrongdoers are forced to carry. What? I'm a wrongdoer. I'm forced to carry this bowl.
The ball you have at your knuckle over.
The bowl of evil.
Shame.
Collecting tithes for the
And
church. Up ahead are sections of tunnel that, while they appear unfinished, you're not quite sure what to make of them. You're not a sewerologist.
Yet.
Until you finish your thesis.
Unfinished section.
Well, they look unfinished to your untrained eye. Wink. Which is to say you're stupid.
Where?
Oh,
Where?
that stupid laugh.
All right there, wise you. Calm down.
Anyway, there doesn't seem to be much here. Although perhaps a closer examination may turn up more. Who knows? That said, the longer you hang around poking at things, the bigger the chance someone might see you and start calling the police for being weirdos in a sewer.
So check, that's not illegal.
Let's see where the water comes from. Well, I heard some noises coming from the south, so I think
South it
Up ahead the water takes a turn to the east. The turn to the west seems to be dried up. The water has a distinct preference for going eastward.
Yeah, well,
Where this all runs out to.
that's what it does.
Let's take a look-see at the perception skills of Essard. Did I update this yet? I didn't, did I? I'll bet you 5 cojones that I did not. Nope. Good job, me.
Good job, you. Everybody clap.
Good job. Great job.
Doesn't really matter. I should just mentally add 1 to everything. Stillwater and Blart. You can distinctly tell that there is chatting coming from a double doors to the south.
Chatting.
Additionally, you see a shark fin swooping by through the water.
Oh, god damn it. Sewer sharks.
It swims off towards the east.
Can we maybe leave the sewer shark to their own business and go find out what's going on with the chatty door? Just, don't go in the water.
Gosh, I love how in that hooray, all the
There's a
women look the
penguin.
same, and whenever it cuts to a dude, it's like, what? How do these people live?
And there's a freaking penguin.
That's Evangelion,
Hey!
baby.
Hey! Just because all women are clones doesn't mean you can't have penguins. Alright?
Yes.
Right.
I'm not an expert on this, so maybe.
Not wrong.
Alright, so, going places, meeting people, shaking hands, kids. How do?
Hopping across this.
Do you take any particular caution to wait until you're sure that the shark creature is gone? Or are you okay potentially jumping right into its maw?
Well, I'll wait for it to pass. One
Yeah.
way or another.
Excellent.
Just jump straight into these shark-infested sewers.
Blart, this particular small section is mostly dried up. That said, it's also slightly elevated, so it would naturally be drier. Up ahead are some double doors. They're made of metal and have a big turning valve.
Alright.
Try and see if I can hear what they're talking about.
Give me some perception, baby. As you eaves the drop. Or do you drop the eaves? I don't know.
Don't have any eaves to drop.
Your ears don't really catch much, although they do seem to be talking about dancing.
It's time to bust a move.
Haha, bust a move, baby.
See the dance party.
I like that one of my monster folders is called Baddies. That's how you know
There's
who the
no
bad guys
better
are.
name.
Big meanies.
Well, they're there for humanoids, you know. It'd be rude to categorize them in the humanoids folder.
Humanoids and the inhumanoids.
And the skeleton warriors. Alright, well, what are you gonna do anything with the door that's in front of you, or just gonna be like, that's fine?
We gotta bust in.
Yep. So it's kind of hard to bust in when you have to turn a valve.
The valve is already open. The door just needs to get kicked.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
bust in.
well, in that case.
Also, Griff, go home.
What?
Cease.
No.
What did he put? Oh yeah, it's party time! It's party time. Jesus
Bust
Christ, that
in.
animation always gets me.
Cease.
This fucking arm swinging
I mean-
forwards.
You talk about dancing, I imagine that.
What I love about that is that they have this small 2-band people and the music's just oh my god, I don't think you could put in less effort than that.
God.
This is a period piece of the Titanic, and the guy's walking around with a fucking boombox.
I just love how the dog's face changes to the scene.
I just love how the
Like,
fucking
several
shading
times.
changes. There are 3
Yeah.
different shading styles used.
And also 3 different art styles, I think.
Oh my god. And then there's the background.
So terrible.
So terrible that it is good again.
This guy single-handedly sunk the Titanic with his beats.
So we have
Anyway. Anyway, door kicking.
All right. Stillwater, there is no way you're going to kick open a door this heavy made of metal. You're going to kick yourself down.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping someone else would do it. I'm kind of small.
That's why I'm here.
All right, Asaru, give me
a
a strength check. If you succeed, you could get a bonus to your initiative because you open it so fast. They're like,
Big.
a strength check for 15. Well, considering that it's a strength check and therefore not one of those fancy things. Boop! Everyone gets a +1 to their initiative rolls. As you swing the door open with touch abandon, your enemies are the people inside who when you open it up, they're talking about like excavating another section, another dormitory, which is not the kind of word you expect to hear from people living underground. But there you go.
Aha.
Oh, okay, excuse me. Okay, these are still in the same. Okay, this should work out. I think. I hope.
Clearly busting a door lets you roll initiative athletics.
I mean, if
Can
you
I
want
roll
to.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no tokens, huh?
Only deception because Asaru being a big distraction.
Wah, 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 wah.
Charlie Brown now.
No,
Yes.
it's just very often. No, it was supposed
That's
to be Back
how-
to the Future.
That's how
Too
the
bad.
roots speak, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to go Back to the Future, but it turns out I was Charlie Brown all along.
What cultist, a ruffian, and dancer doing in the sewers? Nobody knows.
A ruffian, a
Found
dancer,
another
and a
RPG
cultist are
party.
hanging out in the sewers.
Then suddenly a lizard folk appears, and
A lizard folk and his healthy salad appear.
Yeah.
that sounds like a stupid joke.
Well, you know, that's all we've been talking about so far anyway. Well, because of the order of operations, the first thing that happens is that a fine gentleman comes out telling them to just shut up already. After which the ruffian is momentarily distracted as he is being accosted by someone else. Therefore, he doesn't pay attention to Asaru immediately and tries to hand wave at the guy to just like grim. Blart. They seem to be distracted by a minor internal kerfuffle. They don't look like just people, however. I mean, one of them is like clutching a magic book.
Right. I shall shout at the cultist.
Oof.
Oh, oof.
Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. See, Mr. Cultist. What's your will? Oh, 4. Huh? So that's basically a super crit. Boom. The door slams open and someone loudly shouts at him. He goes, "Ah! What did I do?" You have 2 actions left, Blark.
And then I charge in to hit him.
Oh my goodness, this poor man. Why must
Ruin his whole day.
Why must you bully this poor individual? All he wanted to do was excavate something and dance. At least
That's
that's
not allowed.
that's all you heard. At least that's all your ears were able to pick up is going on in this room. The dancing diggers. Does frightened affect armor class though? Is a thing I still haven't gotten an answer because it affects DCs.
Yeah, armor class is just a dexterity-based DC. If clumsy reduces it, then frightened should as well.
Oh, here we go. Some guys actually like
Yep.
armor is armor. Okay, yeah, cool. So in that case, his armor class is lowered by 2. Oh my oh, whoops. Oh my goodness. Well, you're right up next to him. You want to bonk him?
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus. Well, it's not a crit, but that definitely hits him good on the head. Like, ow,
Doink.
clonk. Okay, no fun allowed. All right. Sorry,
No dancing allowed in this room.
sorry, you're in the no fun zone.
Yep. Well, first things first, I chuck my torch at the guy in the middle.
All right, I'll just make a duplicate torch. Roll me a torch attack, I guess.
Yep. Yes.
You know what I got to do with dynamic lighting is you can just flick it on and off, and it'll remember the old settings, so it's easier to remove and re-add light sources. Nice.
I think that's just a straight dex roll, right?
I mean, I think you're proficient with improvised weapons since you're a fighter.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what an improvised weapon counts as, but I'd say that if anyone can use one well, it's a freaking fighter.
It's normal.
Wouldn't that be a simple weapon?
2 plus 1 plus 4.
It's
Oh, hey.
Oh boy. Okay, this guy has armor class 18, so that hits 1d4 plus 1 fire damage plus strength.
1d4.
And after that, it lands on the ground.
Correct.
So he Jesus! That's a heavy torch hit. Bam!
Oh god, his hat's on fire.
Probably.
Being with a torch.
Alright, you have 2 actions left since you just beamed him. You know, I want someone to
Being that boy.
just.
So I'm the guy that produces flames. What are you doing?
I remember that stupid meme where it's like, you just got beamed! I forgot what it was about.
I don't think it was about anything. I think it was just a shit post.
That sounds way more credible. Asaru then moves in. What does Asaru do with their last action?
Okay. Trying to fix my critical.
Asaru.
Go in and with a do it. No, that's supposed to be the second attack, so that's an 11.
Isn't the bean thing just something like Rick Wall?
Ha ha ha, you just got beamed!
Yeah.
And it doesn't have power attack.
Like, haha, you clicked on my link, now have this funny image.
Well, the dancer is gonna deftly, deftly dance her way over. To you, my good sir, and force you to make a will save or become fascinated.
Oh. 15?
Marvelous. Marvelous. She tries to keep you
Does that-
attention for a moment.
There's that wiggly walk from Wonder Song.
The second your fascination will break. Oh, no, what? Does she have deception? Nope. Ooh. Why is her DC 17 when her performance dancing is plus 15? Jesus. Why not make that the DC? Because Fascinate's not that good in combat. Might as well make it work. She tries to catch her attention and keep you busy for a moment. Stillwater.
Oh.
I am
Confused. Why is this
Going
person
to-
dancing at me?
take advantage of the sneakiness to attack the dancer.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. A slave builds a rescue helicopter.
That's a knee.
Oh, and the short bow shot goes straight for... Well, I mean, it misses.
And then
Sorry.
I'm going to, dang it, move over to here, flank the cultist, and then quick draw out my sword and stabby him in the butt.
Oh no! Why must you bully this poor innocent? Oh, it takes 11. Oh, he's looking pretty rough. Like a dog. Alright, Mr. Gosh. Wow, you do.
Those were words.
Yes.
Ah, this is the wall, okay.
Yes, that is a wall.
I was confused a bit. So, how much can I still walk? Not much. Amazing. If I move to here,
How much is a meter across? See if I can find
could I place a 15 feet cone pretty well? So they
If
don't
you
hit my
plant a 15
friends?
feet cone there, you would hit all of them, yes.
Then let's do that.
Those are the rules, my good sir. They're
Then
really
time
simple.
to take out his fancy hands and
Up a
burn them
cone,
all.
bruh.
Haha, I got a cone, bruh. Anyway, I gotta
Bruh.
roll up this measuring tape I just used to see how wide a meter is. Because I was thinking about if you were to scale this map to be 1 meter per square, what would it be like? It'd be fucking claustrophobic, apparently.
Yeah.
It turns out that extra 50 centimeters makes all the difference. Alright, let's roll some sexy saves for the sexy boys. The cultist has a -1, I think, as a result of being frightened, so... -2. Yeah, he hasn't acted yet. All checks and DCs. Okay, so he rolled a 14. So he dies. He gets burnt up into a crisp. I guess you made good on your promise. He never even got to act, good sir. The ruffian. Haha, I'm rough. Rough McGruff, the crime dog, takes only 4. The dancer, who I hope, yeah, they have a good reflex save for the level, also makes it. Also takes 4. I mean, hey, you already killed a person, so you already got your money's worth. And the only person with a lower reflex save also makes it.
I mean, I already hit 4 people. That's enough for me.
You hit 4, you killed 1. Worse. The bodyguard. Well, you know what they say. Gotta guard your body. He's
All
going
toasters, toast.
to throw a bodyguard
what they
defense
say.
on the
I see.
on the lady he's standing next to. He scuttles over, shouting something you don't quite understand because he speaks with a lot of consumption. He has his weapon held high, but he's already used all of his actions, so he can't really do much other than shout loudly. Mr. Ruffian, you're in the back. What do? Well, he has attacks of opportunity, actually. So he realized that the best option may be to step in close. Oh no, that's just the thing that's always on. All right. With great and reckless abandon. Actually, he's just gonna
He
intimidate
enters
Yosh.
the bone zone.
Yosh, he tries to intimidate you, but he just looks like a dingus. Then
You guys better stand down.
Then he wields his club high and tries to clonk you on the head with it.
Yeah, that's not enough. I have 19.
Blurt.
Man, the ruffian transforms into a weenie.
Get out.
Mr. Blart, what would you like to do?
I sweep at the ruffian's legs.
What DC does that go against? I think it's reflex, right?
Yeah.
The ruffian falls on his back as he is swept.
Yeah.
After all, a corpse isn't very solid ground. Oh, god dang! Stop dragging. Ugh. He's now flat-footed and on the ground. Wah!
And then I'll try to intimidate the dancer.
Oh, her will DC is 13, so show me the goods. Oh, that's another critical. Gosh darn.
Cops are scary.
Shouting people into submission.
Yeah. Well, I would also smack the dancer then.
I didn't know that you were Dragon Ball.
Her armor class is 14, so good luck. That is with a -5 because you are dealing with multiple attack penalty. You hit a
Oh,
fight.
right.
That's
Like the wrong one.
still deals 8 since you landed an 18. A Saru. You can go for the man who's on the ground. Or you can go for the person who tried to tom your fools.
Yes. Good sir, madam. Your dance moves are nice, but I'm. You know what? You should probably step aside. Okay. What was I gonna do? Yes. I'm hacking on the guy on the ground.
That's a critical, good sir. Goes oof. As people have wants to do when they are hit.
Yes. He's kind of close. Yeah, just gonna take another swing at him.
Still hits. And even a 6 is all it takes.
Guess I'll give the last. Well, since she tried to enchant me with her, or his, I can tell, dance moves, I'll try and give them a taste of their own medicine by kind of swinging around and try to trip them with my tail.
Vroop. Give him the old whip him ka swip him. That's with a -10. Nope. She stays perfectly standing, able to dance around your tail as easy as anything else. Let's see. You started.
Aha. Oh.
The dancer is going to heed your fine advice. As she is spooked and scared, she slinks back. I need to remove some doors now that I think about it. Slides back towards the door. We'll try to make her way through. Unfortunately, due to the specifics of the action economy, she has to step back, step over, open the door, and then she's done. It takes a bit to open a door in a panic. Stillwater. They have started to retreat.
Flanks or anything special, so I'm just going to try and feint the bodyguard.
Hiya!
Hey.
Show me your good.
That's bad.
Yeah. It's will DC, right? Yeah, that's his. Oh no, perception DC. In that case, he does make it. Whoops.
Yeah.
If it was will DC, he would have made it. But nope. He is able to keep himself. Haha. I like that if you crit failed, the feint backfires, and it's like whoops.
Well, then I'll just fight him the old-fashioned way.
With blood.
Really shitty attack.
You've one action left.
Oh.
Hey, if you swing often enough, you hit something eventually. Yosh.
Yeah.
As the torches flicker on the walls and on the floor, and the damp walls glisten in their light. What do you do in this cramped room?
I'm gonna tanglefoot the dancer. So that she can
Stop
escape.
right there, criminal scum. Well, the dancer's armor class is 17 at this moment. So that hits. He takes a minus 10-foot speed penalty. You could attempt to escape to remove the penalty. Okay.
Then I'm gonna intimidate the bodyguard.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Jesus, the intimidation rolls today are kind of spectacular.
We're very scary.
Yes, you are. The bodyguard is filled with fright. He steps
Especially me.
aside and begins to run away.
Oh,
Heedless of the darkness he charges into. Heedless, I say.
The heed is not present.
The
very
ruffian's dead.
professional.
Blart. They're running like cowards. Shouting something about divine vengeance.
So what are the rules for dealing non-lethal damage in this
You
station?
take a -2 if the weapon is non-lethal. Is not non-lethal. So,
Alright.
yeah. Just gotta hit AC 15. What? You did it! She's down to a few more hit points though. She's still standing.
Oh,
She's still
that's not
standing.
good. So this with a -5.
-7 if you go non-lethal. Oh, no, that's something. Okay. So that's -5, that's 80, and what are you doing?
Tripping again.
Well, her reflex DC is 18, so I think that just makes it. No, wait, it's one less because she's frightened. So yes, she trips and falls. She's frightened, tangle-rooted, and she's now on the ground. Welcome to...
We are the
if you
CC
do any more, we're
machine.
starting to look like 4E, so... Sorry.
Bullying the heck out of this dancer.
Blart should get a sap.
Okay. Over here. That body attention hadn't really attacked, so I try to smack them with the flat side of my broadsword.
You
Fast
think
sword.
very hard about how you can use a greatsword in a way to just incapacitate someone.
What was the penalty?
-2. It used to be
-2,
-4.
okay. Hmm.
Slapped it broad.
Unfortunately, a 14. Yeah, no, she's on the ground and she. Yeah, okay. You knock her out extremely well.
Yeah. Flat side of a sword. Bang.
Well, she's still on the ground, but you know. You have one action left, good sir. As the sword resonates.
Hmm. Did you say it was dark in the corridor up ahead?
Well, you know, you got a light source. Blart has a light source, so you can see him now.
Okay. Well, I'll just move the bee alongside him. Hello.
Ah!
Trying to run away, are you?
Oh. How did I not know this spell existed? Enemies abound in 5e. It makes people essentially confused. Nice. Apparently Como used that in a game last night, and he just couldn't help himself but tell me. And I gotta say, the timing was amazing. The dancer is currently unconscious, and will be unconsciousing on the floor. Blech.
Man.
Like their eyes are little spirals instead of crosses. That's how you tell.
Yeah.
Gotta get a medical license to tell the difference.
Well, I'm going to... Sneaky. Probably doesn't even matter because he's running away anyway. And then... shoot him in the back.
I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but you can't just hide in plain sight, as it were.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You're standing directly under a light source, and direct line of sight is available, so...
If I don't move, I look like a seller. So
There's probably a feat for that.
It doesn't matter anyway. I miss. And then I'll just regular attack.
Rush. The last guy's running away. Probably gonna get reinforcements. Get the whole base on high alert. The second attack, however, I think hits. Yeah. Ow!
What?
Careful not to catch your arrow on fire on that torch that's between you and him. That's a joke about how small you are. The torch is not upright.
so since he's trying to run away, how about another tangle foot? Just to make him slower. Or not, I guess.
Now, if I was a mean GM, I would have like you hit your friend thing going on, but instead you hit
It's
the
so
door.
stupid.
And
Yeah.
there's just this glob of sap hanging sadly from the door. Asaru, you gain attack of opportunity because this guy is frantically trying to open the door.
Mm.
Surprisingly, the bodyguard does not have what's known colloquially as a shield, despite being a bodyguard. He is either killed or knocked out. Yeah, I'll let you decide.
Knocked out.
Okay, in that case, his mental status essentially resets. Well, you have 2 knocked out fine folk.
Was that the Yoshi noise for knockout?
Do I hear anything beyond the door? Let's try to.
There is no noise coming through. Well, actually, you hear some digging noises, like a dog is digging at dirt.
Oh. Alright, well that's
Diggy,
weird.
diggy, diggy, diggy.
I just gonna drag him to where the dancer is. So we can tie him up together.
Yeah, I only have 1 pair of handcuffs, but I have rope.
You handcuff them together, then you tie the rope around their hands. Ba-ba-boom, double cuff. Alright, Block. Now all you have to do is sit on their chests for a while until they complain.
I also retrieve my torch again.
Listen, Asaru, I know you're you live your life, but that torch ain't gonna last very long if you keep throwing it on the damp floor.
With sweaty ruffians.
He's so sweaty, your torch goes out. Can you imagine hitting someone and just a spray of sweat comes out like in Smash Bros. And you're like, I find that scarier than most horror movie monsters. Anyway, you've tied them both up. They have been restrained.
Would be a very moist person.
Moist. Just make some bit sloppy noises. Anyway, you have them restrained. What do you want to do with them? They're going to be unconscious for a while unless you have something to recover their health a bit. Like a little... Like, you could probably share a single minor potion between the 2 of them to get them conscious again.
Yeah.
That's not something you're going to be able to do mid-combat, but...
And you have medicine. I could try and treat them a little bit. So, yeah, do we want to interrogate these 2 before moving onwards?
Yeah, probably.
Assuming no one heard that kerfuffle.
By the
I heard
sounds
some.
of it, nobody did. Alright. You slap him awake. With some with whatever stimulants, or maybe just actually slap them until they gain conscious. Maybe you wait. I don't know. I don't know what means you operate with.
Wake up.
It's sure there's some water around.
Cast sleep backwards so it wakes them up. I'm very intelligent.
That is how magic works.
Wait, if you cast Circle of Death backwards, does it become Circle of Resurrection?
No,
I'm very intelligent.
Come Circle of Life.
And then you start playing the sound, and you're like, "This, you asked for this."
And suddenly there's a lion.
Well, point is, they are both awake. They are restrained and tied up, and after some initial wiggling, they're just kind of quiet, not sure what you want, who you are, or where you're from, or why you're here, or at least pretending to not know. The room the bodyguard came from, by the way, just for quick meta-analysis, is well, it's a small little. Maybe at some point it would be like a guard room, you know, like where the head officer guard sleeps and does his work. There's a little wardrobe, a desk, a small cot.
Hmm.
This room seems to have some tables and chairs being built in it. It's like they're setting up a small outpost of sorts.
Interesting.
All right. What are you digging around here for?
Who are you asking, or are you just asking both of them to see whoever answers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Fine. If you say yes, I'll say yes as the answer. You sassy boys. Their tongues have not been loosed sufficiently, so they just tell you to go to that you know you're making a great mistake. Their great God will punish you. Blah 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 blah. The usual spiel from cultists who think they're hot shit, and you're making the biggest mistake in your life.
Which god is that?
They're insulted that you do not know. The rising, of course,
That's the plan.
of a new god of death and destruction.
Well,
Those who surrender to its will not be completely annihilated, and will be given a seat in heaven once it is conquered, and that kind of stuff.
If he's new, how would we know?
Yeah, you don't recognize the name or the description or anything. I mean, to be fair, recently the god of darkness got replaced, so maybe it's just the thing.
There's a whole bunch of gods vying for that title.
It's hot property. Okay. Call this for this new death god. Right. What are you hoping to find here in these sewers anyway?
They tell you that they're not looking for anything in these sewers. This isn't digging to find something. They don't know why you have that idea, and they kind of giggle.
New dormitories.
There's something digging over there.
It's a sod hound. We don't know how it got here.
Oh, you have dog problem here as well, huh?
Sorta.
Seems to be going around.
No, it's just an elemental thing. I think. That's what the boss said.
Yeah. When we last saw you, another grouping of your folk, they got savaged by a pack of wolves.
Ah, yes, that marvelous plan of yours.
Yeah, really unfortunate how that happened.
What a shame.
You really should have been more careful.
Well, as they say, they don't know what that dog is doing there. It's just it just kind of shows up. Elementals just kind of sprout up when there's enough elemental goobers going on.
So what? This is your headquarters? This sewers?
He laughs at you. This is not the headquarters. This is but an outpost to make sure their entrance does not get accosted. Ha ha! The truly magnificence of our grand temple you have yet to see. Ha ha!
Can't wait for it.
And yes, you are allowed to imagine that he says that in a speed racery style. Papa!
Well, if this outpost anything is judged by a weird.
How did Speed Racer hire every single person who can speak without punctuation in the world is beyond me.
Going over that cliff. Ah!
No, listen. The screams in that show are fucking real. So he's going on down a cliff. Ah!
That's the only thing that's real. I forgot the word.
Okay, I like to imagine they gave everyone speed and then they just started beating them to get the right screams.
Yeah.
He's on speed. He won't notice anyway.
That's why it's called Speed Racer.
So is this the Mark V or the Mach 5? It's like, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. I get paid $5 an hour. Point is, this is clearly some sort of like, we're setting up a small outpost. Just have a welcoming committee that looks directly down the hallway to the rest, you know. They're digging a small exit off to the east so that they can flank whoever's being cheeky about it. So, you know, they're fortifying their position.
Right. And is that shark also part of your thing here?
No, that just kind of showed up. I mean, they have some elementals under their control that they have as guards, but the shark is not one of them.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just shark.
The shark is an elemental?
It's a brine shark.
There's a pretty severe pest problems here.
Maybe the god of death and destruction really likes animals made of elemental energy. I don't know. Go ask them.
Maybe we will.
You will certainly have the chance once your great axe cleaves you in twain. Nya!
Great axe user.
Yes.
Okay,
I saw
so
her cut a stone statue clean in half.
okay, so you're building an entrance to whatever you have.
No, the
To the
entrance is
east.
already done.
Fine, but that's to the east.
Yeah, no, to the west. Oh no!
Okay. So what's to the west then?
The entrance. Like, to the east is a drain. There's another problem there. I think. I don't know. There's some people over there trying to summon something. Another security system thing. They said
Your
they found
people?
Yeah, they said they found a way to summon like a living waterfall or something.
Oh,
Make the water a little more hostile. By the looks of it, we could use it.
Sharks in it. Wendalos.
It's already a sewer. Well, there's plenty hostile already. Alright.
We should probably go deal with that situation before the whole town's water supply turns evil.
A sound that no humans make. Oi!
Okay. Do we have more questions for these two?
We'll be there tied up. We can come back.
Just leave them to die tied up here.
Unless you plan to leave for more than a day or two, that could be a problem.
Let's send someone to collect them. Anyway, clonk their heads together. Bonk.
Bonk.
Someone play the clonk sound effect for posterity's sake. Gunk.
I'll go get it.
It's a good clonking though.
Yep, knock those two coconuts together.
Cocoa nuts, nuts for cocoa. Well, you take a look around the fine man's room. Let's see, does this fine gentleman have any exciting items? I really should keep every single PDF I have of 2e open because it's the only way I'm going to be ready for questions like this.
I'm going for the door.
Marvelous, you find inside his room something that's kind of neat. It's a +1 short bow.
Oh.
Together with it is a small selection of about, let's say 6, a handful of +1 arrows.
Still water. Want these? +1 bow. Short bow. Arrows.
Hey, tiny baby boy, do you want it?
Yeah.
Itty bitty baby plant. So small you could fit it in a bag.
It's raining here.
Could Stillwater fit in the bag?
Yes.
Probably.
Well, it's a big enough bag.
Haha. Marvelous. You've acquired a weapon and some arrows. Pew pew.
I have a garbage bag at home that I could fit in, so...
There's also a few bottles that contain things like elemental bane and stuff, but they seem to be empty. They used supplies.
Door. Or is this a door? Looks like a door.
Smells like a door. Tastes like a door.
What are you doing? Stop kicking doors.
It's a wardrobe. I said there was a wardrobe. That is the wardrobe.
Oh,
It just contains a couple of cloaks and things, and some. They smell nice. They're kind of like incense, but they're like air fresheners. You blow through them, and fresh smelling air comes out the other side.
I thought they were mothballed.
Important thing to have in a sewer.
Yes.
I kick the back wall just in case.
You beat up the back wall. Tell him where's the trigger, and all that kind of stuff. The wall refuses to budge. It is a stone. I mean, it's not a stone wall. Let's be clear. This wardrobe is not supposed to be here. They literally carved out a piece of the brick wall to put this thing in. Like, they could have just gotten an armoire and put that in the room, but nope, they insisted that it's seamless.
Okay. Let's go for the door then, with the worst dog on the other side. That's weird.
Yes. I mean, sawhounds probably aren't that hostile, or they would have reacted to the noise in some way, other than diggy 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 diggy. Other than digla dig, trio.
God.
I was gonna... When I move my token, like the edges of the shadow had this kind of weird static effect going.
Oh, you mean that's a compromise for accuracy of lighting and expediency of the system. So it's just crisp.
Okay.
Crisps. Tasty.
It's just crisp. A little crisp. There's something fun, by the way, that I want to show off to someone here. Someone here wanted a demonstration.
Sure.
Okay.
So the way they handle dark vision now is kind of cool. You can tint it. You can tint someone's dark vision. But here's the cooler part. You can sharpen it, which means that while you have dark vision, shit looks really weird. So I'm gonna give Asara some dark vision. I'm gonna turn off your light source for a moment. No. I think it's better if I use someone else for this anyway. There, you have no more dark vision for a brief moment. Huh. Let's take Stillwater and put him over here. Apparently, Stillwater emits light. Oh no, that's just the default. You can see around yourself a bit vision. So here's normal dark vision, Stillwater. It's normal dark vision, you know. Looks a-okay. Now it's sharpened, and everything looks really awkward.
Oh.
Here's a corpse. See that sharpening? That looks cool though, doesn't it? And now comes the fun part. I'm gonna make it red. Now you have predator vision. Isn't that neat? Take a screenshot and show it to the gang. I mean, what this allows you to do is it allows you to have the actual green night vision that people say that movies have. Look at that. That's cool. I like it.
I love it.
Neat.
Oh, man. I love that little gif. Anyway, the ruffian has to come back. You're a corpse. You're not allowed to do that. Anyway, you want to open the door, Sarah, or not? Do you want to figure out if this dog is good news or bad beans?
I was gonna wait for everyone to get ready.
Neat. Takes a picture.
I'm ready.
Like blood to get in here.
Big.
Right.
To run in from across the room.
A little fresh. Once you're all ready. Okay, this happens sometimes. I don't know why this happens sometimes. But sometimes, certain lighting objects only properly get updated when I delete them. So I moved the door, but the door doesn't update. Anyway, up ahead, you see an area that looks like it's both been... Imagine someone is excavating a room, and then they fuck up and it collapses. So they start excavating and removing the collapse. And that happens again for a couple of times until eventually the room is just like a lost cause. That's kind of what this looks like.
Sounds like a not dwarf was doing it.
On the pile of debris is a dog made of pebbles and dirt that is excitedly digging at the loose material that's caused by the cave-in. You're quite certain that maybe at some point the cave-in actually touches the foundation of a building or something? Like, it goes up a way. They really messed up digging this room somehow.
There might be someone quite annoyed up there.
Get a long stick and poke the floor and be like, boop, 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 like the floorboard's heartbeat.
Guess I, try to not
Excuse me, I forgot to set him to the right layer. Boop.
not. Oh,
Oh.
But imagine it made of dirt.
Oh.
it's a good dog. Well, that's basically just a dog that's rolled around in dirt. So
It's made of it.
yeah.
And yes, if you squint a bit, it just looks like a dog that's been very dirty.
Well, I try to, not anger the dirt doggo.
Hmm?
He was a good boy.
It seems ambivalent to your presence, and lets out a bark bark.
Bark,
Oh.
bark.
Bark, bark, bark.
Bjork.
What?
Bark. Broof. Boo.
The wisdom has been spoken.
Want to come and bite some evil elementalists?
I mean,
Bark.
it's a dog, good sir. It doesn't speak languages.
Uh,
It just kind of goes arf arf.
It would have worked if it was a lizard, Isaru.
Does anyone here have like knowledge? I guess Arcana would be appropriate. Planes, nature, elementals are kind of a little bit of everything, really.
I have nature.
I'm nature.
Let me actually look at this fine sheet that I have.
Yeah, there was a shield in PF2e.
Elementals can be Arcana or nature. That is a Saudi hound. Look at that boy. It's gonna be so pretty when you give him a good scrubbing. You know from sod hounds. Let me just double check and make sure that you actually know this about sod hounds. I think you're fine though. Yes, you know this about sod hounds. Do you know that they like to eat crystals and gems? That's their favorite snack. Is there anything else you would like to know about sod hounds? Because you did roll well enough, I might give you another bit of information. In fact, they can sense and smell crystals and gems as if they could smell them.
Oh boy. That's practical.
Yeah. The problem is that they're kind of difficult to get them to play along. So they're not, and also it's not that far. There's a limit, so they're not really worth the hassle.
Since they are a dog and earth elemental, I guess.
Imagine a
good are
fox,
they
like
at digging?
imagine part cat. Imagine the bad part of a cat inside of a dog.
How
The
good
wily
can
part
they
of a cat.
dig? I guess they can dig good.
They're definitely digging good. In fact, sodhounds are capable of gliding through the dirt, leaving no track of
Boy.
their tunnels. If they want to, they can also just dig a tunnel if they want it. This one seems to be
Nice.
swimming through the dirt excitedly. It rather
They
enjoys
have
the
more
looseness.
salt.
Stillwater, you're next
Seem
to a
to be
door.
hurting anybody. Can I hear anything behind the door?
Roll me perception.
Eh.
Snoring.
Snore, snore.
A set of dirty mattocks have been set beside the door as well. Now that Asara moves close enough that the light properly illuminates them.
I'm gonna, kind of sneak my way in. Gonna very carefully open the door,
Cool.
trying
so
to
no one
wake
is-
whoever's in there.
There's two goons sleeping on cots. They are covered in dust and dirt, and seem to be sleeping off a long day, judging by how awkwardly they're positioned on their beds.
I'm gonna give a signal to Asari, like, hey, this guy's in here.
Oh,
Guys, I hate guys.
There's peas in here.
I give you some
Hey.
rope.
I see sleeping people.
I guess I can try and tie them to their beds without waking them.
Yeah.
Things that are definitely a plan.
Get the
Do you
fuck-
think you have the stealth skill to tie someone to their bed while they're sleeping?
If anyone does,
Get a thumbs up.
that's probably not good enough.
I'm gonna see what their perception DC is. See if you can sneak around. I mean, you are like a little plant baby, so it's a bit easier than it should be.
Goo goo gaga.
Alright. Well, that's enough to not wake them up, given that they're sleeping very fast. You're capable of doing this.
Ha!
They are now tied up, to the best of your ability, to their beds.
Yay.
In the meantime, I'm going to look at your sheet and tell you what you have to roll to show me what so that I know what the DC is going to be. Let's take a look-see. Let's say you're thievery, so it's DC 18 for them to escape from these fine ropes. As you tie one of those ridiculous knots.
Looks like a smiley face.
One of them wakes up
Sneak
and goes,
back
"Why do
out,
they make us
close
wear
the
these
door."
ridiculous ropes?"
Close the door and leave it as if I was never in there. Hopefully, 2 less people we have to worry about if things go badly.
Alright, then let's go on, I guess.
Marvelous. You leave these poor tied, nice ropes, tied individual behind as you move forwards. Stillwater moves into the darkness and realizes that he does not have a light source.
Yeah, I can't move forward.
Okay.
I think there's a button for increasing light if you have low light vision, but that doesn't work the way it should. It's according to the old system, where it doubles light source radii instead of making dim bright. So,
Blood, are you coming too, or are you staying?
Blart doesn't like dogs, probably. Sorry, you're back on that passage. Where the shark was. You don't see it.
Hmm.
It may have washed down shore because up ahead, you see the water start to accelerate. It starts to curve downwards as well.
Hear any chanting noises?
The water makes it hard to hear too far beyond it. If you were an expert in perception, perhaps you could make out between the noise what's going on.
I am.
Expert.
Time to make my move.
I am expert in perception.
Go ahead, good sir. Perhaps your ears can tell the difference.
Yes.
There
Yes,
seems to be some chanting and some mild complaining.
I hear disgruntled summoners up ahead.
They're the worst
No,
kind.
it's short.
Go and meet them.
If you want to, you could say hello, yes. Wah, 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 wah. Eventually, the water doesn't just accelerate. There are stairs on these small, narrow walkways.
Huh. That's not precarious at all.
It's mildly slippery. It's covered in, the usual slime you would expect from a sewer.
Well, good thing I am a swamp expert. I'm used to slimy stones.
Yeah, that's somewhat applicable here. Same problem, really.
Oh, this is a long way.
Man, I can't stop thinking about steamed hammed ink. It's so good.
It's really good, though.
It's wicked good. With a wig. As you go further down and down, you notice that some attempts have been made to create a platform with some planks. The planks collapse and are now awkwardly sticking out of the water. The sound of arguing gets louder the further you go, as does the sound of chanting.
Slowly approaching them.
I forgot, these people probably need a light source down here. Let me just put one down.
Ooh.
How can I forget to give these guys a fucking light source?
Just chanting in the dark.
Yeah. Well, if you're followers of Death God, you know. Should be right up the alley.
Your eyes finally set themselves upon a large, swirling whirlpool. The water seems to get sucked away like a drain, as if by drain. There are two large outlets right before you actually reach that large open area, though. Well, large open area by sewer standards. Let's put those quotation marks where they belong.
Mm. Blank I can cross here. Hmm.
Sure.
You want to try and sneak ahead, though? I don't know if there's any hiding places up ahead.
There's not a lot of cover.
Hmm.
You're gonna have to start rolling stealth if you go one more space forwards. They are busy, but they're not that busy.
Yep.
Well, we already know what they're doing here. We can probably just rush in.
Well, I'll, try taking them by surprise.
Can I
So.
precast some spells?
Such as?
Magic Fang and Wild Morph.
Now,
Step.
you're gonna have to roll me stealth. Because while they are speaking loudly, they may still pick up on what's going on. Let's see
22.
if... Okay, they're in a large echoing room, by the way. There's quite an echo going on in the chamber itself. Let's take a look, see what's the highest perception DC. 20. Okay, so yeah. You managed to cast one spell. If you cast another, they will definitely notice. It's quite distinct.
Can I have... Wait a second, do I have to cast Magic? Yeah, I have to cast Wild Morph first to transform my claws into Dahlia.
Fair enough. Excellent. Sexcellent. Fantastic-emo.
Okay, so since we want to rush these guys, gonna hop into view and immediately huck my torch at this guy.
Stop the torch!
Let's see how the initiative works out. This person is distracted at the moment, so they're going to be using religion for their initiative, which is actually lower than their perception. Roll me your initiative, good sirs and good sirettes, depending on what you are currently doing. Oh gosh, this is really turning out to be an ambush.
Yeah. Speed
And
team.
my phone is ringing.
Oh.
That's my ringtone. Oh dear. Sexalicious. Saru, your jumping out ahead has actually successfully given you the advantage. They are stunned for just long enough to let you make the first move.
Yep.
You see in front of you a ruffian like before. A man who's clearly here to just be the muscle. Those swirling waters begin to animate and move. It's stretched to bulge upwards, taking humanoid form. Over to the side is a person wearing fancy robes, glowing runic staff in hand, chanting from a small booklet in their hand.
Yep. I'm throwing my burning torch at them.
Ow!
The Saru opener.
My voice! I mean, they're technically flat-footed-ish, but since there's like a wall in the way, we're going to say it's even. That misses by 1.
Dunk.
Clonks off the wall, and I think it's going to land in the water.
Yeah.
Douche.
Your torch is now gone. Wah, wah.
Then I move in. Why?
You move in. Stand adjacent.
And oh wait. Cool, my since I was there. Yeah, I'll move into this space. Seems a bit
Excellent, excellent. Yosh.
safer.
Oh.
No, that was 2 actions.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Last action, Heck.
Careful not to get too wily, by the way, because these are slippery and slim ledges.
Hmm. That's what I got here.
Delicious. Yoshk. Unless they're still answering their phone. They are probably still answering their phone. Stillwater. What do you want to do? They don't know that you're there.
Being all sneaky.
Delightful.
I think I have line of sight on the ruffian.
Kinda-ish, yeah, sort of.
Sorry, I'm back.
Hi. Well, it's your
So,
turn. So you can go before I
yes.
can.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Magic Fang and then. Oh fuck.
Just imagine me putting my hips on my sides and being all sassy like, oh, I'm casting magic.
Can
For no
I
reason.
walk? No, I can't walk that far because it's difficult terrain, right?
It's pretty difficult to move across, yes. The steep ledges. You can go into the sewer, but that's difficult terrain too.
So
I
it's
probably
like
can
fast
get
water.
this far, I guess. 25 feet.
Actually, yeah, the
which
water is
20.
fast, so yeah.
Yeah, so I cast Magic Fang and on myself and walked a bit. So there we go.
Stillwater, what do you do?
I'm going to sneaky shoot with my new bow on the ruffian who's hiding around that corner.
He's not really hiding around that corner. How dare you accuse him of being sneaky? Well, you hid from him, so he doesn't know you're there. So that's a... I mean, it's not a critical, but you do get the full benefits. Pew! He's also flat-footed because, you know, you're a rogue.
Yeah.
So he takes a massive blow from your fancy new bow. Is there anything else you would like to do? That was but one action. You can try to hide again.
Yeah, I'll try and sneak.
Unfortunately, it's you're standing on a ledge you can barely stand on, so you kind of stumble, and he clearly sees that you're still there.
In that case, I'll just do a regular one. Ooh.
You think you're so... Jesus Christ, you brought him down to one. Just 2 arrows is all it takes from this little baby to bring a man down for 1 hit point.
I like this bow. It's very good.
It's a blessed bow. Blessed. Blort.
So hold on. Is the ruffian already down?
No.
Right.
He's holding on by the skin of his teeth and he ain't down in these sewers. He ain't them there down.
Well, I'm going to make an attempt to slap him anyway.
Clonk. You can make attack of opportunity, good sir. To see if they can finish their ritual. I'll be sad if you do, but so is life. 60 misses.
Ain't.
Too bad, so sad.
Oh, we have a hero point at the start.
Yes, if you really want to use it. If you think now's the time.
Please let me also hit something.
There we go.
Well, unfortunately, you do have to kill them to make them stop. But that's a good hit. They raise forth a living waterfall. However,
oh boy,
they had to kind of rush a small part of the ritual because, you know, you're attacking them and all. So the waterfall is under nobody's control, and it's just very angry that it's here at all. Living waterfalls are big, tough boys, so have fun, kids.
Also, it's made out of sewer water.
Living poop fall.
So,
Yes.
Prophet, you have like an action left. Do you have anything you could use that on? Cast guidance on themselves and be like, you should have made different life choices, but that's not really a very fun way to go through life. They don't even have a come on, man. What do you have? A manifesto? Good. It's gonna help you a lot. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna use that stick of theirs to try and conk you on the head, Mr. Bully.
Boy.
Actually landed.
Nail. Yeah.
Living waterfall swirls and manifests. You know what? I mean, on one hand, it wants to put out the torch. On the other hand, Blart is the closest living creature it can attack. But on the other hand, it probably doesn't like the summoner more. It has only a little bit of time since it's, fresh out of the water. It just got summoned. So, you know what? It's just going to slide over. And suddenly, it's a bit darker. Luckily, Blart still has a light source. Yay!
Hey.
Good.
Asaru, just being close to this thing makes you feel damp.
Ugh.
Oh,
Just like home.
Okay.
just like home.
And this thing is I'm try to drip shot the rope array into the water. So athletics.
Go what?
I try to trip shot the summoner into the water.
Sure, go nuts. Athletics. Their
There we
reflex
go.
DC is 17. Oh shit. Can you roll me
Very
1d6?
much so.
Yeah.
3.
They fall into the water and take 3 damage as you super trip them right into it. Kasploosh!
And I can tell that the living waterfall isn't happy with them, right?
I mean, it moved menacingly towards you. It might just not like you.
That was a profit.
It seems to draw continuous water from this massive swirling vortex. Anyway, that was one action, I think.
Yep. Oh yeah, that doesn't. I try to get away from this thing.
See ya.
What were the difficult terrain rules in here?
Half speed, essentially.
Health speed, so I can move. Health 15
You can
here.
move 2 spaces, yes. Although actually, it's like this section is still like 5 feet, so yes, you can make it over there. With one action, that is.
Yep. Use second action to move further away.
Yoshk.
Rather not fight this thing.
The angry big whirlpool is whirling around. The brine shark that's been pulled on shore slowly gets pulled back in as its vortex continues to grow in strength. It's building up.
Yeah,
It's building up enough speed to travel to the QPUs.
let's move back, and if the waterfall or the prophet gets here, I'm gonna attack them.
I like that the waterfall has like 2 balled up fists in the picture.
It's ready to We get punched by a waterfall.
Alright, Yoshk, you move back and then what? Is that all you do?
I readied an action if somebody of them 2 moves in range for my claw. I'm gonna slash them.
Still water.
I think it's time to bust out the +1 arrows. If there was ever a time.
Yeah,
sure.
the mental is probably a water magic. No, normal attacks seem resistant.
I mean, maybe if you did some recall knowledge, you could figure something out about how these things work, but... So lovey.
We'll try, I guess, nature.
I'll be honest, the difference is staggering. In a weird way. Nature. What do you want to know about him? What's like the immediate pertinent information you're trying to call to mind?
How do we fight it? What doesn't it like?
people know that spells don't work well on them, mostly because their saving throws are really good. But they're not particularly like resistant to physical weaponry. Their armor class is like 20,
Okay.
but aside from
Good
that,
to know.
they're no. I mean, fire doesn't hurt them as much. You know, water elemental. It's cold water. It's not going to be affected. It can't bleed. Can't be poisoned because it's got no circulatory system. It doesn't sleep. So you know, the big problem is that it will try to pull you into the water and then tries to drown you. It's its usual tactic.
Well, gonna go with the.
Oh yeah, and any light source that's within 5 feet of it at any time will immediately extinguish.
Makes sense from all the water spray.
Yeah, all the water spray would probably put out the fires. Yes. It's like standing in a
Can
shower.
I try to sneak again, even though I crit failed last time? I don't know if that's the rule against that.
Do you want to sneak attack the creature?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't know you're there. It hasn't acknowledged you yet. It's a bit too focused on the profit.
Yeah, right then. So, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's not
despite
gonna
it being big and lumbering, you're not quite sure what to aim for, and as such, your aim is a bit off as you falter for a moment.
Ploosh into the water.
Well, on the plus side, since you missed so bad, it doesn't even acknowledge that you fired at it. It doesn't even know you're there yet.
Try again.
See, now that's a hit. That is a hit for 15. For 13, excuse me. It is not immune to precision damage, actually, despite, you know... You have one action left. What do you want to do?
I used 3. I attacked twice and recalled knowledge.
Okie dokie, you're right. Blort. The water gets ferocious as the prophet tries to resist.
Guess I'll just stride over here somewhere and raise my shield.
Marvelous. Now, while I make it sound like it's just water, don't forget, this is all sewer water. This is a sewer water elemental. And
it's gross.
It's very gross. The poor lady on the ground pulls herself up in the water, yells at it that she is in control. And then she casts Sanctuary on herself.
Sanctuary.
Let's see. The creature must make a will save. Okay, let's see. Does it make it? It doesn't. While it's not under their control, it wastes an action trying to hit her with a big splooshy wave, and decides that if that's not possible, you guys will have to make do. Blart! I'm gonna say it still counts to get the MAP though. A large cascading wave of water comes towards thee. This wave, if it hits, well, actually, no, they can't use that. They need to use an action to use that. Excuse me. They just splash you. If there was improved push or pull, they could pull you to the water, but that's not the case. They need an action to activate that power. So, you decide if a 20 hits you or not.
Luckily, my shield is up, so it's a 21.
The water crashes against your shield, but fails to actually, exhaust you in a way. Esaru.
Okay, this thing is coming for us.
Sploosh. Teach it a lesson.
Kaboom! Move forwards. Yeah, it's just gonna go for a power attack.
It still gets me that they solved that battleship minigame in Wind Waker by making a device that literally hones down the combinations. It's incredible what they've done for speedrunning. It's just a masterpiece. That misses by 1. If only you were blessed.
Well, that was my...
Or courageously encouraged.
I took a movement and power attack is 2 actions, so that's my...
Yoshk. The large wall of water is quite imposing.
Yeah, imagining that it hits quite hard, so I'm gonna use my battle medicine to patch myself a little bit up before doing anything at all.
Yes. You can move over and also patch up Asaru quickly, if you want to.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna patch myself up and Saru also. That's a managing check. DC 15. First for me. Good.
That's a
First
critical,
was
so that's a 48 and 2d8 for him.
Thank you.
Here's a band-aid. Stillwater.
also. I can't do that anymore for this day on you, and
Yep.
it only works once a day.
Yep.
Baby.
I am going to retreat a little
Baby. Scamper, scamper, scamper.
because big poop water's scary.
He's smelly.
Mm.
And then try. Nope. So
The living waterfall has a perception of 20 and also an armor class of 20. So,
knees.
unfortunately, today is not the day of plus 20 rolls. Blart.
I briefly ponder whether it's possible to intimidate this thing.
The waterfall is. Yeah, I mean, I assume Stillwater could be able to. Yeah, elementals still have hearts and feelings.
Right,
They're
well,
simple, but
I glare at it very hard.
Mm.
unfortunately, you glare at what ultimately turns out to be its fist.
Is that his head or his fist? I don't know.
It doesn't see it, unfortunately, but it was a very good glare.
I hate that stupid fist over there so much.
Well, I'll then try to swipe at its base.
You try to trip it?
Yeah,
You actually succeed at that.
wow.
That makes sense.
The waterfall
Wow.
structure becomes this uncoordinated swirling mass now.
And then I'll just keep my shield up.
The prophet in the boys in the back are gonna give himself a good old classic heal.
Ugh.
They're gonna take that 16 hit points, and they're gonna lift themselves out of the water. Huh! The waterfall is going to get up. Attacks of opportunities for everyone. Well, those-
Alright.
Wait a second, the waterfall can trip?
Yes, it is not immune to being tripped.
Okay.
Although what constitutes tripping is, okay, that's a critical hit. Kaboom!
Get back down.
Now that you mention it, I need to look something up.
Wave breaker.
So, allow me to explain to you. Attack of opportunity. You lash out against the foe. If your attack is a critical hit and the target was okay, it's a manipulate action. I thought it also counts for move, but it's only manipulates. Okay. So yes, you can interrupt spellcasting if you're lucky. So yes, it gets up. It's kind of angry now. And so, in all of its angry and righteous fury, it sends out 2 waves.
Swoosh, swoosh.
One for...
Oh, that first one is painful.
Yeah. The first one's for Paul Blart Mokop. The second is for our good friend Asaru.
If that just hits.
Oh,
Oh. It just hits for all my remaining HP.
same.
If you want to, I'll let you switch places. I don't think it changes anything, but...
Well, the first attack will only drop me to 4.
The
First one's probably a crit.
Yeah.
Oh, right, it's a 34. Yeah.
Actually, it wouldn't knock out Blurt, so... Actually, I think that second one won't even hit Blurt.
Yeah.
You know what, Asaru, since you were the one who was doing the big attacks, how about we say that you get the first attack? They really don't like you. So they're going to make the accurate one go for you. And the second one goes for Blurt. You know, So is life. Saru, you're on the ground and I think you're unconscious.
Hmm.
Could you roll me that flat check?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, wait, excuse me. Your initiative has to shift all the way to 13. That's how dying works now.
Mm.
Boop. Yoshka in the back. What do you do? Maybe at some point you'll start to see the reason clerics are OP when it comes to keeping their friends alive, and you, on the other hand, are very good at standing over Saru and beating up this thing with your claws. You won't use Magic Fang, right? Why not use it?
Yeah. I'm also imagining maybe I just gonna walk away and hit the prophet. I kind of one-shot the prophet because he healed himself.
If you
I
want to go
don't
after the
know.
prophet, you
Can
can.
I even? Okay. Because yeah, I would have one attack left if I move to prophet. Everything is difficult terrain. Yeah, I want to do that because prophet is annoying.
You scoot around deftly. Hiya. You've one action left by the time you arrive.
So let's have a look-see at the Magic Fang Wild Morph.
Yeah, Magic Fang adds a damage down, increases the attack bonus by +1 via an item bonus, I think.
Yeah.
So, the prophet, who's kind of cowering away, suddenly gets hit for huge damage. Ah!
Cash.
As a huge gash opens the freshly healed wound. Stillwater, what do you think you can do back there?
Things are turning out for the worst, so I'm gonna get those +1 arrows ready.
This is a good time for me to pull out the scaly boys. Lucci.
Obligatory attempt. 14 again. Never mind. So these are with an extra +1.
Mm-hmm. 3 of those, one of those. Profit.
Pew, pew.
Living waterfall. I'm just filling in some details for later. Well, that first one lands as an 8. The water elemental's starting to look wibbly wobbly washy. Blur. Oh gosh, I need to figure out everyone's level for this. Ugh. Oh, whoops. Whoa, whoops. Excuse me. Blart. Okay, it's level 1, so that's minus, so that's 30. Temperature ethics also 1. Ruffian, I think, is 2. It's also out of initiative, so let's get him out of here. Profit is 2, maybe? Huh. Living Waterfall is 5.
Guess I'll just try to knock down the elemental again.
Sexy. The elemental has a reflex save of 22. DC, I mean.
Oh no.
Well, it ain't easy. Swoosh, 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 swoosh.
This is the sound the waterfall makes.
Then I take a steppy and keep my shield up.
The Prophet and you all are now in the dark, Yoshk. The Prophet could see, but now they can't as the light source slowly swoops away. They decide to throw up a light source of their own. Then they see you, and they're like, oh no.
He's still there. Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Saru, how about you roll me that DC 11 dying check?
Nope.
Dying 2, good sir, dying 2.
Don't die.
Does Living Waterfall have dark vision? Yes, it does. It notices that the Prophet is getting injured, and it still wants to get even. It just got even with a Saru, so why not get even with a Prophet while they're at it? You feel waves coming from behind you, good sir. A loud splash as they are hit for 20, killed, and then drawn into the water.
Ish.
Yoshk. Woof. That was real close. That could have hit you if you were standing anywhere closer to the prophet.
Yeah.
Botched summonings, man. They're dangerous.
Trying to escape now is not the best idea because that thing seems to be quick in water. So let's try clawing it 2 times.
Well, that second one's a definite damage. Oof. You've brought it down below half, as in it's bloodied. You have 1 action left, good sir.
Time
Bloodied
to
equivalent
waste my
is-
shield.
Whoop. Still water.
I'm still in range.
You can still see him just fine.
Obligatory. Still no.
Yeah, its perception is 10. So the DC is
Oh.
20.
20 DC. Right. Still with the +1 from the arrows.
Ow, that's still a solid 11 you landed there. Oof. Okay, yeah, it's starting to look pretty bruised up. With the prophet. Blurt!
Well, as beton. I'll charge in.
I can see, I can fight.
Isn't the light from the prophet still somewhere out there?
Got extinguished.
Probably.
Even though it's a light spell.
Oh, yeah, that does last until the next daily preparation, so I'd say that it still flickers on a bit. Also, your light source will extinguish, so yes. I'll give him a small light source of like 2020. Boop. Your lantern goes out.
Whoosh. Well,
Man, it's so close. I hate it. You want to spend a hero point, maybe? Or do you want to save that for when you go down? If you go down.
Very dark here.
like, my damage is tiny, so I don't really care.
Okay, okay. So, sorry, you want to make me a DC 12 flat check?
Nope.
Dying 3, baby.
Die!
Handsome.
By the way, I have a healing potion on me. If anybody wants to feed me that.
Yeah, I'll get on it.
The waterfall is first going to have some fun with this prophet, the stupid person who summoned them. In the process, they drop their fancy stick, which lands on the
child.
which lands near Yoshk on the floor, and then, well, let's just say that after whirling it around, it flings around for another big sploosh at Yoshk, who manages to catch this weak wave, weakened by the constant vigorous motion.
Oof.
Ooh.
Good that I raised the shield, else that would have hit me.
Yeah, that. Ooh, you can feel it bouldering down like a rain of stones on your shield. Yoshk, your time to shine, baby.
Yeah. Time to hit it twice.
Well,
Or not even once.
You don't hit it at all.
That's not good.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you how to live, but your modifiers are not +1, right?
What? Did I make something wrong?
No,
suppose
I mean that, you know, your ability to hit over 20, to roll over 20 is disappointing so far. It ain't easy, but it ain't that tough. Oh well. Stillwater, over there in the dark. At some point it's going to be hard to reload your weapon because it's just too dark, but for now you're fine.
I'm just gonna scurry over and help the Saru.
The fact that the prophet with their glowing hat gets flung around Makes for a fantastic light show.
Disco party. Gotta give
Hello,
Asaru
Barbie.
a
Let's
healing
go.
potion so they don't die.
Asara, you are wounded one, and you are back to the land of the living.
Yep.
Run D8, please. Oh, wow. Nice. Careful not to get yourself killed. Blurt. Every time someone uses a healing potion, I always think back of the playtest where it costs investment points to use healing potions. I can't. I love the W they use for the mouth though. It's so cute. Someone with Wayne the Dwyer.
Favorite one is always tastes like prion disease.
What tastes like prion disease?
Need to fucking find it.
That's a possum on a cat wheel. What? Whoa! Blart going in for the big swing. It's
Yeah.
down to 18. Can you make it?
Probably not.
Oh, who knows? Hey, down to 11. Gonna raise that shield, take it safe.
Yeah.
Saru, if you want to be a kill stealer, the opportunity is there. You just have to get up on your feet first.
Yep. Get up. Get down from the ground. Get
I'll
rid
move
of
it.
these things. Get up. Then use an action to switch out my weapons.
It tastes like Brian. The great circle of life rolls on.
Then realize I haven't actually. Oh no, there it is.
Holy
Okay.
shit! This was posted in 1993.
Yeah, this post is older than I am.
Depending on the day and the month, it's older than I am, or younger. I might be older than this cat. The thing that gets me is this is so intricate, and it's 1993, the summer that never ended, supposedly.
1993.
And they had they had this sophisticated technology. They could create cats. Asaru takes a shot.
Out of thin air.
Let's just say that the elemental raises his hands high and decides to let the two of you have it. The first one's for Blart, the second one's for Yosk. Then it withdraws to the center, not giving you as easy a target. Yosk? Go on, get in the water!
No.
I pull out my gun. I wasn't asking, boy.
Throw my javelin.
Oh my god. There's a javelin swirling around in there, but it didn't like that. It's starting to look very discontinuous, is a way to describe a weakening water whirlwind. A little more, and it would basically disintegrate. Whatever conscious keeps it together would go.
Know that I'm probably not gonna hit, but I threw another one. Yeah.
Still water.
I'm still raising my shield.
Still water. Do it, baby, do it.
Regular arrows. Pew.
You do it. It's done. The deed is done.
Splash.
The ashes settle. The water elemental, essentially the water goes back to normal and slowly begins to get down the hole. But other than that, there's not too much to note. The place smells. The body gets caught on something on the way down, whatever swirlwind this goes into. It seems for now the job is done. Roar.
So, you said something about a staff dropping next to my feet.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
It appears to be a staff of fire. You don't know why you would want to summon a water elemental with a staff of fire, but that might explain why it was so angry. A staff of fire. Allow me to how staffs work. They get charges equal to your highest spell level you can cast, and then you can spend them on spells that are inside. Essentially, it gives you one extra casting of Burning Hands every day. It also lets you cast Produce Flame without needing to prepare it.
Basically, my spell square.
Yeah, it just gives you a little extra, my dude.
Yeah.
You can also sell it for 30 gold and buy healing potions if you want. Prefer. You can liquidate your assets, but
No, I have battle medicine for.
unfortunately, the rest of her body goes down the drain. Too bad, so sad. So is life, as they say. So is life. Maybe the poacher has something on him. Who knows?
Oh. I'm going to light another torch.
Asaru, realizing that their only light source is going down the drain, literally, decides that it might be a good idea to light up a light source.
Yeah, I'll relight my lantern as well.
Let me turn off. Okay, this no, they're just gone. They've.
Isaru is still wounded, I guess, right?
Wounded and quite injured, yes.
Yeah, then let's make a medicine check to fix it. Treat wounds.
Ha 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 ha.
How much is that?
Except same like before, so 2d8. Was it 2d8? I forgot. And you're not wounded anymore.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Rifle through this ruffian's pockets in the meantime.
You watch little baby go grabby, grabby, grabby.
I want goodies.
I am all patched up now.
Give him the beans. I really like that battle medicine is separate from treat wounds as a concept. It's so weird, but nice. Well,
yeah,
you find bracers of missile deflection on this guy. He never really got to use them though. So there's some nice. Well, it's some kind of irony. You know what? I'm gonna roll a luck check to see if you do get the item that guy was carrying. Sure. After a moment, a set of fine gloves, clean white gloves no less, despite the sewer water, floats back up out of the spiral.
Lucky.
Yes.
I'm not going in there to grab him.
I mean, you might want to. I mean, it's a dangerous thing to grab, but those are healer's gloves. They're quite useful. They let you slap someone and heal them.
Oh.
But you're going to have to risk the swirling whirlpool to get them.
Okay. Whoosh.
Asara, roll me some athletics as you decide that I'm brave, or that you're brave.
Yeah. Also,
Asaru,
good.
despite his wounds, who should probably not be swimming in this water, just grabs it with his big meaty hands.
So getting infected.
Oh yes, I'm looking it up right now.
Those kind of stuff hasn't been invented yet.
That won't stop
infections?
That won't stop me from doing what I'm doing, good sir.
It's all about hubris and whatnot.
Can you roll me a fort save?
Fort save.
You got a penalty equal to... Oh, cool. Okay, no, you still make it. Marvelous. You managed to keep your wounds clean, despite the fact that you're jumping in raw sewage.
Uh,
Once you pop back
Just-
out again, you have the healer's gloves.
Probably should go to Yosk.
Yes. Yoshk, these fine, clean white gloves never show signs of blood, even if used to stitch up wounds and treat other ailments. They give you a +1 item bonus to medicine checks, and once per day you can activate them to restore 2d6 +7 hit points to a creature by slapping them on the butt. They must be worn and require investment. Unlike in 5e, you can invest things just by taking like the action it takes to activate the item. So, slip on those gloves, baby boy. Following that, I think we've played a bit for a while. Unless you want to do something in specific, I think next session's directions are obvious, are they not?
I'd say we should probably move back into the room with the 2 conked out people and head west from there.
I mean, they talked about west as if it was an important direction.
Yep. So could you maybe just move us there?
All right, everyone, bunch up, bunch up.
Make things easy.
Just roll the party up into a ball and bowl them down the hill. Yes, man, I'm so sad that was so short. It was great. That was such a Roko game. Although apparently that Gato game's got gumption too.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah.
it's art style's a very Minute feel, although Minute does more fancy things. This is more clean, straightforward, and slick.
Hmm.
And Kitty.
And Kitty!
Does look a fun game. Kind of Metroidy.
Yeah, I was curious about it. I wanted to wait off because I knew Rauko was going to play it.
Hmm.
Oh, bunch of sneezes today. Oh well. Well, I guess next session you will be going off west then. Unless you want to take care of the whatever room's over there now.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
East.
Cool.
Move where you want to be then. Move into the to this fine room to say next time. We'll take a break. Maybe you actually want to take an in-character break, like actually take the full 8 hours rest.
Okay.
I mean,
But
you could also not do
Finishing
that.
up the last room. Maybe.
It's up to you. Otherwise, it's let's go read a bunch of books.
Reading.
Listen, those rhythm games are fantastic.
I love rhythm games.
The songs are so good.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if the songs were terrible, it would be a shit game because it's a rhythm game and you gotta have that music, man.
Pose for your fan.
I gotta be jamming to those beats. I gotta think about the ookies of a freaking clock with monkeys in it.
Whoops.
Okay.
How did you even do that?
I clicked on the chat room instead of the chat.
I can't stop thinking about that possum that's walking on that treadwheel though. Ain't no I'm gonna break his stride. And no I'm gonna slow him down. No. He's good to keep on moving. Oh yes! Karate Man! And apparently
I
it's
really love the song in this one.
it's different between the versions I heard. Well, if you're gonna go west, okay, you're all gonna take a break then. Okay, next time we'll see what's downstairs. We'll see if these people are talking hoity-toity or if some fantastic temple of long ago is below there. We all know what the answer is because this is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I thought we were playing Pathfinder.
Adventures.
Listen. In the long ago when 5e was good, which doesn't exist. I'm talking about an alternate timeline. Of course. I come from that timeline, so that's why I'm so disappointed when I arrived here and I started running it. I was like,
I still have to check out.
The only change in the timeline is
The entire timeline
Dungeons
is the
and
same.
Dragons 5e is bad.
every single review and comment is exactly the same, but the system is still worse. And it's like, I'm going to go to another timeline and see if reviewers are actually saying something or if they're just writing crap.
Hmm.
The only
You still
difference
have
between
to
this
check
one,
out the new book that seems to be weird.
Marvel Endgame,
Well-
is now terrible, but the reviews are exactly the same.
And this the other group that you were also in, uh, making their own version of 5e.
Yeah,
Well,
Optian, I heard about that. They're basically going 13th age.
Yep, kinda.
I mean, they're going with like restricted levels, more customized building, and it's an offshoot of an existing system. They're going 13th age. Let's
Yep.
not beat around the bush. Let's take the bush and beat them with it.
But I'm the bush.
No, you're
Yeah,
Putty.
You're the cabbage.
Oh yes, no, you are the bush. The game.
They are also kind of using the skill system from 13th age, I think.
You mean the less defined skills?
Yeah,
Those are-
backgrounds.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. I think that's all right. I don't know if that generally. I mean, they gotta know what they're doing. I hope is the problem, and I don't know if they know what they're doing. But we'll see when it works, when it's done, which will take forever
Yeah.
and a
Yeah,
lot of
definitely.
testing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll take a lot of testing. If they want me to test run this for them, by the way, because you always want a third party. Throw it at me. I'll crap it out, and they'll get advice that's worthwhile because I hate it. People have to roll dice to succeed at things. I hate it. I hate
To
dice.
play the game. I hate it.
I grab my two
I
dice
hate-
boxes and I throw them out. I hate dice. Yeah.
I hate how this tabletop role-playing game plays like a tabletop role.
I hate that I need a table for this. I need a chair to sit down. Ugh, back in my day, we stood around a campfire and threw our dice into it. I don't hate dice too, by the way.
I need dice. It's 2020, guys. We don't need dice anymore.
I only roll dice made out of knuckle bones.
This is like it should be.
I mean, people are selling necromancer dice now. They're going. I can't.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, it's all right. It's neat. It's just kind of weird that we've come full circle, and they're now a specialty product, just like caviar, just like lobster.
Ah, yes.
Everything that belongs to the poor is eventually forcefully taken over by the rich.
But
Like
you have
bones.
actually good stuff.
I hope the rich people
I-
eventually take on all the poverty and homelessness. That'd be nice.
No, they won't, because yeah.
Look at how fashionably poor I am. I mean, to be fair, they are trying to sort of take over the concept of being a victim. It doesn't work well, though, when you're fucking rich enough that you can own a house with a compound and never leave that building. At that point, I mean, if you can survive a zombie apocalypse right now, you're probably fine. You're also secured for the future.
So if they succeed they will have to invent a new kind of homelessness. Homelessness 2.0.
We live in a dystopian future where the rich have taken over the concept of homelessness in Homelessness 2.0.
Oh boy.
In this dystopian future, the poor and disenfranchised are no longer at a disadvantage. Somehow. Now that be a novel you can't write, because holy crap, would you need to be smart to make that work. I'd read it, though. That sounds very fancy. Mostly because it's contrarian to the nth degree, and it'd be impossible to comprehend as a reader.
The dumber the concept.
It's
the
like
smarter you
it's
have
like
to be
reading
to
a
make it work.
Dadaist painting, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
If you're blind and if you had to describe a Dadaist painting in detail to a blind person, where would you even start?
Just tell them it looks like shit.
Just imagine that you reached your hands miles into a pile of random detritus. That's it. That's the painting. That's what it's intended to be.
Cool.
Take whatever random stuff you see in dreams and picture someone painted it.
I mean, the point of Dadaism is to show the insanity of war, and also a lot of people adopted it because they were like, this is easy. Instead of the core of war is terrible, and it cannot be properly expressed just how destructive it is in words or images. So here is some random crap to make you go, what? Because that's what it is. And then came Mr. Soup Can. Waiting at the horizon.
Hmm.
Listen, I just like the mental image. of like this important impressionist movement, and then some guy at the horizon is like, "I'm gonna paint some soup cans and ruin this town."
Just the shadows.
fucking
Soup
fucking
going across the
cowboys
land.
with brushes in their holsters, and they stand.
This town's only big enough for one oil painter.
We'll take 10 paces, and then you'll draw a portrait of the other. I don't want no caricatures. I don't want no cartoons. I want an impressionist painting that shows me the core of a person's personality.
Paint soup can.
Ready? Draw!
They have to take the 10 steps in their canvas, too. Like real slow, like it matters at all. Oh, God. And there's probably someone like, I don't even trace. And another one's like, nah. Listen. I mean, to be fair, that in Cowboys movies, they rarely ever address the origin of a character's skill, I guess. They're usually just like, they're just good at it. They just know how to shoot a gun. Pew, pew.
They're just faster than the shadow.
Yeah, it just happens, you know?
The guy who asked was shot.
I think Luke would lose a lot of his glamour if they did try to explain where it came from. Because they'd probably make it stupid. It's just more interesting if, like, he just exists. This man exists, and the world has to deal with it.
I love how he stopped to smoke because it wasn't child friendly, and then he just stick the stupid piece of straw in his mouth.
Anyway, before we say goodbye to stream, Saturdays are made for dads. And Dad's car. And you should remember that, no matter what Saturday of the year it is. Bye, stream.
Bye.
Not bottom.